Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I have a spoon and a fork.
Yeah, you have a little bit of.
Oh yeah, do the intro.
Okay. Welcome to Curious Foods. Today, we're going to do a little bit of something different than what we've done before. We're not making a recipe, and we don't really have a challenge. Maybe a little bit of a challenge for you. However, when we've been talking, especially when we've been trying to produce Curious Foods, I always want like the fancy, expensive, way too expensive stuff, and I always get the question,
why?
But why though? So, what we're going to test here today is there any point for certain foods to actually spend a little bit of extra money. So what we did, we went out and we bought the cheapest kind of staple foods, the things that you usually have around your house, and then the little bit more expensive mid-range version of those. Now, if I tested it out, it would probably be me just saying, yeah, buy good food. Buy good food.
Pretentious snob right here.
I just like good food. But, so what we're gonna do is have Magnus taste them. We're not gonna tell him what is the expensive kind and what is the cheap kind. He'll first have to say what he liked the most. So that's the first decision. The second is, which do you think is the most expensive? And at the end, we're gonna mix all of them together and present a little dish with everything combined.
All in a tough day's work.
Yeah, hard.
This is why I joined Curious Food. Just
Eating.
sitting here, being served food. Yeah.
All right, without further ado, let's jump right ahead. And the first thing we're gonna test today is olive oil.
Olive oil.
Yeah.
I'm a bit curious about this one because olive oil to me is just like, it's just for cooking.
All right, well, this is olive oil, and so that you don't have to dip your finger in it, here's a little bit of bread.
Ooh.
All you gotta do is take one, dip it in, and eat it. I would recommend using two, like one for each.
Yeah, no double dipping.
Did you just double dip?
Yeah, so then you're 100% sure that you don't get any
All
cross-contamination.
right, let's do this one first then. So just, I never had olive oil like this before. Right.
Now, do you enjoy olive oil? Do you usually use it?
I use it for cooking. Okay, can I just say, I already think I know which one is the expensive one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which one?
I think it's that one.
Okay, well, taste it and let's hear what you think.
That is way more different than I thought it was going to be.
It's a lot different. But what do you taste though? Like,
Okay.
How does it taste?
On the left,
You know what? I'm actually gonna have some.
I don't know how to describe the taste, but it reminds me of something other than olive oil, but I'm not quite sure what. So, wow, nice description right there.
It doesn't taste
Very
like olive oil.
informative.
And the other one? What do you taste there?
It just tastes more something, and also it's darker. That's what I first thought, like that's the expensive one, because it's darker. This one looks like cooking grease, this one looks like something more. The aftertaste of this reminds me, I think, of some sort of medicine.
But I actually do agree with you. This one here did not taste of olive oil. And you were correct, by the way. The darker one was the
Oh, by the way,
expensive type.
I don't know what olive oil is supposed to taste like because I never had it like this. So it's just like this tasted more natural or whatever. That was it.
For the next one we're gonna try, this is
a
plain spaghetti. Spaghetti you can get very, very cheap, and you can get it quite expensive. The thing is, it's the exact same ingredient.
Yeah, this is the one where I don't think there's going to be any difference in taste.
All right.
But I already think I know which one is the expensive one.
Well, it shouldn't be. There's a little bit of difference in size, so you should be able to tell.
And I know that this is the size that I'm used to.
The cheap kind.
All right.
Because you usually, do you buy the cheapest package you can find when it comes to pasta, or do you usually spend like a little bit more?
Cheapest.
Okay.
Well, I like the whole grain pasta.
Okay.
So that's usually
This is just normal wheat pasta.
Okay. Good. And then it's the one that's a little bit thicker, which I think sort of gave it away.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Just go for it, man. Just go for it. Lovely. Use your, oh. I'm questioning my life decisions. Is there any difference in taste? I give you a fork and it's just like,
Okay. That one tastes more watery.
Okay. So there's not just a texture and a size comparison. There's actually, you do actually taste a little bit of a difference.
This one is not cooked as much though, because it is thicker. I'm guessing it's more al dente. Not completely, but like it's a little bit harder. I don't know if that's because this needs to cook longer or if it's like a quality of the pasta.
I think it's the quality because I took them out when they were both al dente. So. Really?
Yeah,
You actually prefer that one?
I do.
By a lot?
By enough that I would buy it.
Okay.
I mean, pasta is the sort of thing, like even if you buy the expensive one, it's gonna sit in the shelf for a while. Like,
Sure.
so
you can.
it's not something that you would have to spend more on every week. Like
Yeah.
if you do it well. Yeah, actually I would. That one surprised me.
When it comes to spaghetti and pasta, right? You can just don't go for the cheap. This was the cheapest I could find. Go for a mid-range one because that was the most expensive dry pasta I could find,
Yeah.
and it was about 4 times as expensive. But you can go for something that is just like a third or a half much expensive. And
But I thought though, I did say I would buy this. But now that I think about it, would I be able to taste the difference when it's full of sauce and there's meat and
Well,
all
we'll
that
see.
stuff?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to like
Wait for it.
We're gonna have to come back to that.
all
one.
right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put this away before you eat it finished.
Well, I want my spaghetti. Okay.
For the next one here, Parmigiano Reggiano.
So immediately I can't tell any difference between the two.
Just by looking.
They look the same, so I don't think that there's any. That's good.
You liked it. You seem surprised.
No, I haven't had it before.
Do you not really usually have like Parmesan on pastas and stuff like that?
Nope.
I am really excited to see which one here. Now, okay, before I ask anything else, which one do you like the most?
Hang on. Hang on.
I think he's hungry. I think he just wants to eat more.
I think I like that one most.
Okay. Why?
This one was a bit more, I don't know, bitter.
Okay. A little more salty? Or?
This one was at least more mellow.
Okay, so the other one
Yeah.
might be a bit more pungent. Because cheeses are like some cheeses can have really strong flavors.
But I like the texture of that one more.
Okay.
This one was a bit more grainy.
Which one do you think is the expensive one?
I have this idea in my head that anything that's more bitter is going to be more expensive because,
Okay.
I don't know, there's just something about.
Bitter is expensive. All right.
So I'm going to say that one is the most expensive one, but really that is like
A complete guess.
51-49% guess. Like it's.
But would you be happy like being served either?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I can't really tell the difference. I just think this one's a little bit better.
Okay.
Personally, I think this one's a bit more bitter, so I'm gonna assume that's the expensive one. But really, either one could.
Well, I will say that you're exactly correct. The right one is the more expensive.
3 out of 3.
That's 3 out of 3.
All right.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Now, this one I'm the most excited about for you because I think this is where you might have the most experience tasting. For our 4th try here, it's pasta sauce.
Okay.
So let's.
That's
do this
one where I
again.
actually expect a lot of difference,
Okay.
and I'm guessing that's where the spoon comes in.
Yes. Here you go.
Okay. Immediately, this one looks like it's got like chunks of something.
Chunks of what? Like more like
No,
chunks
the
of
black,
tomatoes,
the black stuff.
herbs and stuff, or
Herbs, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if that means it's better. So
Well,
just-
taste it, find out, see what you like. First impressions?
First impression is that this one tastes more.
Okay.
This one is.
But which one is more bitter?
I can't really say one is more bitter than the other, but I can say this one tastes more artificial.
Okay.
And I think it's this. I both prefer this one, and think this one is the expensive one, which kind of worries me because if so, it's the fourth one where the expensive one has been on the right.
Well, maybe I'm tricking you.
Maybe, but there's just a lot more going on here.
Okay. More complex flavors.
Yeah, more complex and balance and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is. I prefer this one, and I think this is the expensive one.
All right. Well, you are correct on both, sir.
Both dead.
It is the best one and it's most expensive
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
I tasted it before. There was a clear difference, and I very do much agree with you that the cheap one had like a metallic, artificial flavor to it.
Yeah, I'm finding it very difficult to explain why I feel the way I do about stuff, but yeah.
Describing flavors is not easy. All right. Well,
the pasta back so I can.
we have one more ingredient, and then you'll get everything set up here. All right.
Yeah.
So give me a second.
What is this? I wonder.
What we have here is bacon. That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
All right. I can see that these are a bit more curly, but other than that, like I don't know if that means anything. So.
Taste and see if you can figure it out. I'm genuinely interested in seeing because I know that you do like meat products, and so this is something that these tastes should not be new to you.
Oh no, I know this one.
Well, you haven't learned how to eat it apparently. After the pasta thing, I shouldn't be surprised.
I ate it just fine.
You had a second bite out of that one. Is that telling?
It's crunchier. That one is crunchier.
Okay. I try to fry them at the to the exact same like crispiness, but did one maybe like preserve its?
I don't really
crispiness
have
longer,
I
or-
don't really have a crunchy, non-crunchy preference, so it doesn't really
okay.
matter. It's like
I prefer extra crunchy. Like almost charred. I find it very interesting that I'm just sitting here just watching him eat. This is my job now. I watch people eat.
this one was tricky. Okay, so first of all, it's a very different experience because this one was so crunchy compared to that one.
All right.
So texture-wise, I like this one.
Okay.
It also had a much more sort of mellow taste to it. This one's a bit more salty.
Okay. Good shot.
So, but I prefer the taste of that one. But this one being more mellow and not as crunchy, I'm thinking this is the expensive one. I think I would prefer
That one.
the
Yeah.
non-expensive one.
Okay. You were wrong.
I was wrong.
Yeah, the cheap one was on the right this time. I fooled you.
Oh.
You've asked for it,
Yeah.
and now you shall finally receive it. And that is combining all of these things together to a proper meal.
All right.
Do you want the last piece of it? Didn't even have to ask. Now, I have taken the pasta sauce, mixed it up with our pasta. I've even added the leftover bacon juice into our pasta sauce. Added the bacon and Parmesan on top with a little bit of olive oil.
All right. The problem here is that I already know which one is the expensive one.
True, because it's, you see very clearly.
I see the pasta size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, the cheap one here has less than half the price
Yeah.
of the expensive one. So that's the big difference here. Now, when you combine everything together, does it matter?
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Now for the cheap one. It had to be pasta, huh?
Yeah.
Let's try to construct a mouthful there. I'm really not sure which one I prefer.
Let me ask
be
you a
honest.
different question though.
Okay.
Out of every ingredient here today, except for the Parmesan, which when we looked at the price, it wasn't that big of a difference. It was a little bit, but it wasn't that big. If you should choose one thing here that you would from now on be willing to spend more money on, what would it be?
Pasta sauce.
The pasta sauce?
Yep.
Huh. I would have thought the pasta itself.
Pasta sauce is everywhere. It's on everything.
True.
I do like the pasta headers. That would be a close second. Other than that, like cheese, everything. Like individually, yeah, I can say maybe I prefer that cheese over the other, but when you put it all together, I mean, is the whole thing worth the double price? No, not in my mind.
Yeah. No, actually, I agree with you. When you mix it all together, there's not that much of a difference. The textures and everything gets mixed together. Maybe you can choose one or two things.
And that's why I said I would go for the pasta sauce, because not only was there a huge difference there, in my opinion, but that's also the one thing that sort of combines into everything.
Yeah. And that's why when you're eating these things by themselves, then you will notice the difference quite a lot more, and that's when you might want to spend a little bit of extra cash to get a little bit more quality of your product. All right, well, tell us what kind of ingredients would you like us to test next, and if you had to choose, where would you spend your money? Anyways, until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.